prepared. If you're reading this before December 4th, before the supermoon in Gemini rises, you need to understand that you're not accidentally here. You've been guided to this message because something is about to happen in your energy field that will either elevate you beyond anything you've experienced or trap you in a cycle you've been desperately trying to escape. The supermoon on December 4th isn't just another full moon. This is a cosmic amplifier, a spiritual magnification event that will take whatever frequency you're operating on and multiply it exponentially. If you're vibrating in alignment, this moon will catapult you into miraculous manifestations. But if you're vibrating in fear, doubt, or old patterns, this moon will amplify those too, and the consequences will be immediate and undeniable. Let me be very clear about what's at stake. A supermoon occurs when the full moon is at its closest point to Earth in its orbit. This proximity doesn't just make the moon appear larger in the sky, it creates a gravitational and energetic pull on everything on this planet, including you, including your emotions, including your energy field, including your spiritual frequency. And when that supermoon occurs in Gemini, the sign of duality, communication, and mental energy, the effects become even more intense. Your thoughts will have more power. Your words will carry more weight. Your choices will create more momentum. Everything you think, speak, and do in the days leading up to this supermoon is being recorded in the quantum field and will manifest with accelerated speed. This is why December 3rd, the day before the supermoon, is so critical. This is your preparation day. This is your last chance to get your frequency right before the cosmic amplifier turns on. Think of it like this. If you were about to speak into a microphone that's going to broadcast your voice to millions of people, you'd be very careful about what you say, wouldn't you? You'd think before you speak. You'd make sure your message was clear. You'd prepare intentionally. That's exactly what December 3rd is. It's your preparation time before the universe turns on the amplifier and broadcasts whatever frequency you're carrying. Before we go deeper, I need to know you're truly present for this. I need to know your spirit recognizes the urgency of what I'm about to reveal. So right now, if you sense that this message found you at exactly the right time, if you feel that pull in your chest confirming these words are meant for you, type "I'm ready" in the comments. That declaration is your contract with the universe that you're not going to waste this opportunity. You're going to use December 3rd to prepare correctly, so that when the supermoon hits on December 4th, you're positioned to receive the blessings instead of the lessons. Now let me tell you about the signs that have been appearing in your life over the past few days, signs that you might have dismissed or overlooked, but signs that are actually critical warnings about what you need to address before this supermoon arrives. The universe has been trying to show you where you're out of alignment, where your frequency is compromised, where your energy is leaking, so that you can fix it before December 4th, magnifies everything. The first sign you've probably been experiencing is unusual sleep patterns. You've been waking up at strange hours, particularly between midnight and 4 in the morning. You've been having vivid dreams that feel more real than your waking life. You've been struggling to fall asleep even when you're exhausted, or you've been sleeping too much and still waking up tired. This isn't random insomnia or fatigue. This is your energy field attempting to recalibrate in preparation for the supermoon. Your physical body is being upgraded. Your spiritual frequency is being adjusted. And that process happens primarily during sleep, when your conscious mind isn't interfering. But here's what you need to understand. If you've been fighting this process, if you've been taking substances to force sleep or using distractions to avoid rest, if you've been ignoring the messages coming through your dreams, you're blocking the very preparation your soul is trying to complete. The universe has been attempting to download new codes, new information, new frequencies into your consciousness while you sleep, but you have to be in a receptive state for that download to complete. On December 3rd, you need to prioritize rest. You need to create space for sleep. You need to allow your body and spirit to do what they've been trying to do for days. The second sign you've been experiencing is heightened emotional sensitivity. Everything has been feeling more intense lately. Small things that wouldn't normally bother you have been triggering strong reactions. You've been crying more easily, getting angry more quickly, feeling joy more deeply, experiencing fear more acutely. Your emotional volume has been turned up, and you might have thought something was wrong with you. But nothing is wrong. Your emotional body is clearing itself before the supermoon. All the suppressed feelings, all the unprocessed emotions, all the energetic debris you've been carrying, it's all coming to the surface now so it can be released before December 4th. If you try to suppress these emotions, if you judge yourself for feeling so much, if you numb yourself to avoid the intensity, you'll carry all of that unprocessed energy into the supermoon. And when the supermoon amplifies it, those suppressed emotions will explode in ways you can't control. Breakdowns will happen. Outbursts will occur. Relationships will shatter. Not because the supermoon is punishing you, but because amplified suppression always leads to eruption. So on December 3rd, you need to feel everything that's trying to move through you. Cry, if you need to cry. Rage, if you need to rage. Laugh, if you need to laugh. Let the emotions flow without judgment, without resistance, without trying to make sense of them. This emotional purging is preparing you to enter the supermoon with a clean, energetic slate. The third sign you've been experiencing is mental chaos. Your thoughts have been racing. Your mind has been jumping from topic to topic without focus. You've been having difficulty concentrating on tasks that usually come easily. You've been second-guessing decisions you've already made. You've been replaying conversations in your head, analyzing past situations, worrying about future scenarios. This mental turbulence isn't a sign that you're losing your mind. This is Gemini energy already building before the supermoon even arrives. Gemini rules the mind, communication and duality. And when a supermoon occurs in Gemini, mental energy becomes supercharged. Your thoughts become more powerful. Your mental patterns become more obvious. The stories you tell yourself become more influential in shaping your reality. But here's the critical part. If your mental energy is scattered, anxious, and negative going into this supermoon, all of that will be amplified. Your worst fears will feel more real. Your doubts will feel more justified. Your negative thought patterns will gain momentum and start manifesting in your physical reality at accelerated speed. This is why December 3rd must be a day of mental discipline. You need to take control of your thought life before the supermoon magnifies it. Every negative thought you entertain on December 3rd is a seed you're planting that will grow rapidly under the supermoon's influence. Every fearful narrative you repeat in your mind is a reality you're programming into your future. Every doubt you give energy to is a blockage you're creating in your manifestation pathway. You cannot afford to let your mind run wild on December 3rd. You need to monitor your thoughts like a guardian, redirecting them whenever they drift into fear, lack, or limitation. The fourth sign you've been experiencing is unusual encounters with people from your past. You've been thinking about people you haven't thought about in years. You've been running into old friends or acquaintances in unexpected places. You've been receiving messages from people who haven't contacted you in months. Former romantic partners have been crossing your mind. Past situations have been resurfacing in your memory. This isn't nostalgia. This isn't coincidence. This is the universe showing you what you still need to release before the supermoon. Gemini energy brings duality to the surface. It highlights the split between who you were and who you're becoming. It reveals what you're still carrying from your past that's preventing you from fully stepping into your future. When people from your past start appearing in your awareness right before a Gemini supermoon, it's a clear signal you have unfinished energetic business with that person or that period of your life. There's a cord that needs to be cut. There's a lesson that needs to be integrated. There's forgiveness that needs to be extended. There's closure that needs to be claimed. On December 3rd, you need to do the work of releasing what these appearances are highlighting. If someone from your past keeps coming to mind, you need to consciously release them. You don't need to contact them. You don't need to have a conversation with them. You need to do the energetic work of cutting the cord. Sit in meditation, visualize the energetic connection between you and that person, and consciously sever it. Say out loud, "I release you. I release all attachments to this relationship. I release all expectations of what this could have been. I free you, and I free myself. This connection is complete. That verbal declaration combined with the visual of cutting the cord will do more to free you than months of ruminating ever could. The fifth sign you've been experiencing is sudden urges to clean, organize, or clear out physical spaces. You've been looking at your closet and feeling overwhelmed by how much stuff you have. You've been wanting to delete old photos, clear out old messages, throw away items that no longer serve you. You've been feeling an almost compulsive need to create physical space in your environment. This isn't random restlessness. This is your soul recognizing that you need to make physical room for what the supermoon is about to bring into your life. Physical clutter is energetic stagnation. When your environment is filled with items from your past, items you no longer use, items that carry old memories and old frequencies, you're literally living in an energetic museum. You're surrounded by the past, and that makes it nearly impossible for new things to enter. The universe cannot bring new blessings into a space that has no room for them. And under a supermoon's amplified energy, this principle becomes even more critical. If you want the supermoon to magnetize new opportunities, new relationships, new abundance into your life, you need to create physical space for those things to land. December 3rd needs to be a day of physical clearing. Go through your closet and remove anything you haven't worn in the past year. Go through your phone and delete old messages, old photos, old contacts that represent your old life. Go through your living space and remove items that carry memories of pain, failure, or relationships that have ended. This isn't about being wasteful. This is about being intentional. Every item you release is a statement to the universe. I'm making room for something better. I'm not holding on to the old. I'm ready for the new. And when the supermoon amplifies your energy on December 4th, that statement will be heard loudly in the quantum field. Now let me tell you about the specific rituals you absolutely must avoid on December 3rd and during the supermoon on December 4th, because there are practices that well-meaning spiritual people will be promoting that will actually sabotage your manifestations instead of supporting them. The spiritual community is full of misinformation about what to do during powerful lunar events, and if you follow the wrong guidance, you'll end up working against yourself. The first ritual to avoid is manifestation work that focuses on specific outcomes. I know this sounds counterintuitive. You've probably been taught that full moons are the perfect time to manifest, to write out your desires, to create vision boards, to declare what you want the universe to bring you. But here's what most people don't understand about supermoons, especially supermoons in Gemini. They amplify whatever you're vibrating, not whatever you're wanting. If there's a vibrational mismatch between your current frequency and what you're trying to manifest, the supermoon won't bridge that gap. It will actually make the mismatch more obvious and more painful. Think about it this way. If you're vibrating in fear, lack, and unworthiness, but you're trying to manifest abundance, love, and success, you're sending mixed signals into the quantum field. And under a supermoon's amplification, those mixed signals don't resolve into clarity. They amplify into confusion. You'll end up manifesting more evidence of your fear, more experiences of lack, more confirmation of your unworthiness, even though you were trying to manifest the opposite. This is why so many people feel frustrated after full moon rituals. They did all the manifestation work, but things got worse instead of better. They don't realize they were amplifying the wrong frequency. So instead of focusing on specific manifestations on December 3rd and 4th, you need to focus on frequency alignment. You need to ask yourself, what frequency am I actually carrying right now? Not what frequency do I want to carry? Not what frequency I'm pretending to carry. What frequency am I actually vibrating? Am I in fear or faith? Am I in lack or abundance consciousness? Am I in victim mode or creator mode? Once you're honest about your actual frequency, then you can do the work of shifting it before the supermoon amplifies it. The second ritual to avoid is releasing ceremonies that involve burning or destroying written lists of what you want to let go of. Again, this is a popular practice that sounds good in theory, but creates problems in execution. When you write out everything you want to release, All your fears, all your pain, all your traumas, all your limiting beliefs, you're actually giving those things more energy and attention. You're bringing them from your subconscious into your conscious awareness in written form, which makes them more real, more solid, more present in your energetic field. And then when you burn that paper under a supermoon's influence, you're not actually releasing those things. You're amplifying them one more time before attempting to let them go. True release doesn't require a written record. True release happens in your energy field, not on a piece of paper. On December 3rd, instead of writing what you want to release, simply sit in quiet meditation and ask your higher self to show you what's ready to leave. You'll feel it in your body. You might feel tightness in your chest that represents old grief. You might feel tension in your shoulders that represents burdens you've been carrying. You might feel heaviness in your stomach that represents fear you've been holding. And as you identify these energetic blockages, you release them through breathwork, through sound, through movement, through crying, through whatever allows the energy to move out of your body. No paper needed, no ceremony required, just pure energetic release. The third ritual to avoid is group ceremonies or collective energy work during the supermoon. There's a trend in spiritual communities of gathering together, either in person or virtually, to do moon rituals as a group. The idea is that collective energy is more powerful than individual energy. But here's what actually happens in group ceremonies during supermoons. You pick up everyone else's energy. If you're in a group of 20 people and 15 of them are vibrating in fear, confusion, or unhealed trauma, you're not going to raise them up with your frequency. Their frequency is going to pull you down. And under a supermoon's amplification, that energetic exchange happens even faster and even stronger. Your energy field is like a sponge during supermoons. It's more open, more receptive, more absorbent than usual. And while that can be beneficial when you're in high-frequency environments, it becomes dangerous when you're in mixed-frequency groups. You'll walk away from the ceremony carrying energetic debris that isn't even yours, and you won't realize it until days later when you're suddenly feeling anxious, depressed, or off for no apparent reason. December 3rd and 4th need to be days of energetic solitude. Do your own work. Protect your own field. Don't dilute your frequency by mixing it with others who might not be as prepared or as clear as you are. The fourth ritual to avoid is setting intentions or making major decisions on the day of the supermoon itself. December 4th is not a day for action. It's a day for observation. The supermoon energy is too intense, too amplified, too emotionally charged for you to be making clear-headed decisions. Your emotions will be heightened. Your thoughts will be racing. Your energy will be fluctuating wildly. And any decision you make in that state will likely be regretted once the supermoon energy passes and you return to equilibrium. Instead, December 4th should be a day of witnessing. Watch what comes up for you emotionally. Observe what thoughts dominate your mind. Notice what patterns become obvious. Pay attention to what the amplified energy is revealing about your current state. All of this information is valuable. All of this awareness is useful. But don't act on it yet. Don't make promises you might not keep. Don't end relationships in the heat of amplified emotion. Don't start projects based on amplified enthusiasm. Just observe. Just note what you're feeling and seeing. And then wait. Give yourself at least 3 days after the supermoon before you make any major decisions or take any significant actions based on what you experienced. The fifth ritual to avoid is consuming any substances that alter your consciousness during the supermoon window. This includes alcohol, recreational drugs, and even excessive caffeine or sugar. Under normal circumstances, these substances affect your physical body and your mental state. But under a supermoon, especially a Gemini supermoon that already heightens mental activity, these substances will affect your energetic field in ways that can take weeks to recover from. They'll create holes in your aura. They'll lower your frequency dramatically. They'll open you up to energetic attachments that you don't want. And worst of all, they'll prevent you from receiving the downloads, the insights, the activations that the supermoon is trying to deliver to your consciousness. December 3rd and 4th need to be days of physical purity. Drink water. Eat clean, simple foods. Avoid anything that clouds your awareness or numbs your perception. You want to be as clear, as present, as grounded as possible, so that you can receive the full benefits of this supermoon without any interference. Think of it like tuning a radio to a specific frequency. If there's static or interference, you can't hear the signal clearly. Substances create static in your energetic field. Remove the static so you can hear what the universe is broadcasting to you. Now let me tell you what you should be doing on December 3rd to properly prepare for this supermoon, because preparation is everything. The people who thrive during supermoons aren't the ones who do elaborate rituals. They're the ones who show up energetically clean, mentally focused, emotionally balanced, and spiritually aligned. Here's exactly how to prepare. First, wake up early on December 3rd and speak a declaration of intention before you do anything else. Before you check your phone, before you talk to anyone, before you get caught up in the day's demands, speak these words out loud. I am preparing my energy field for divine amplification. I release all fear, all doubt, all resistance. I align my frequency with my highest timeline. I am open to receive. I am ready to transform. I trust the process. That declaration sets the energetic tone for your entire day. It tells your subconscious what you're focused on. It signals to the universe what you're available for. Don't skip this step. Your words in the morning create the framework for everything that follows. Second, spend at least 30 minutes in complete silence at some point during December 3rd. Not meditation with music, not journaling, not prayer with words, just pure, complete silence where you sit still and do nothing except breathe and observe your inner landscape. In that silence, you'll become aware of what's really happening in your energy field. You'll notice the thoughts that are running on repeat. You'll feel the emotions that are sitting just beneath the surface. You'll sense the areas where you're contracted or resistant. All of this awareness is critical because you can't shift what you're not aware of. And the supermoon is going to amplify whatever you're carrying, so you need to know what you're carrying before the amplification happens. Third, do a conscious energy clearing through movement. Your body stores energy, and before a supermoon, you need to move that energy out. This doesn't require a gym or equipment. This requires intention and willingness. Put on music that makes you feel something, anything, and move your body in whatever way feels natural. Dance wildly, shake vigorously, stretch deeply. The specific movement doesn't matter. What matters is that you're consciously moving energy through your physical form, releasing what's stuck, clearing what's stagnant, opening pathways for new energy to flow. You'll know the clearing is working when you start to feel lighter, when you start to breathe more deeply, when you start to feel more present in your body. Fourth, do a relationship inventory. Sit down with a journal and write out the names of everyone who's currently in your life in a significant way. Next to each name, write one word that describes how you feel when you're around that person. Energized or drained, elevated or diminished, inspired or discouraged, supported or judged. This exercise will reveal very quickly who belongs in your life and who doesn't. And before the supermoon amplifies everything, you need to know where your energy is leaking through relationships that aren't serving you. You don't have to cut people off dramatically, but you do need to be honest about who's adding to your frequency and who's subtracting from it. And on December 3rd, you need to make a commitment to protect your energy from the people who subtract. Fifth, write a letter to the universe, not asking for anything, but expressing gratitude for what's already shifting. Write about the growth you've experienced over the past few months. Write about the patterns you've broken. Write about the healing you've allowed. Write about the person you're becoming. This letter serves two purposes. First, it raises your frequency by putting you in a state of appreciation. And second, it clarifies for you just how far you've actually come, which gives you confidence going into the supermoon. When you can see your progress clearly, when you can acknowledge your evolution genuinely, you approach powerful energetic events from a place of strength rather than desperation. And that shift from desperation to strength completely changes what you're able to receive. Sixth, before you go to sleep on December 3rd, do a simple but powerful bedtime practice. Lie in bed, Close your eyes and visualize a bright white light above your head. See that light slowly descending through your body, moving from your crown to your feet, and as it moves, it's clearing everything. It's dissolving fear. It's releasing tension. It's removing energetic debris. It's purifying your field. When the light reaches your feet and exits your body, see it taking with it everything that doesn't serve you, everything that isn't aligned with your highest good. Then visualize that same light returning, but this time it's filling you up with pure divine energy, with clarity, with peace, with alignment. Sleep with that visualization as the last thing in your consciousness. It will continue working on your energy field throughout the night, preparing you for the supermoon. Now let me tell you what to expect during the supermoon on December 4th itself, because understanding what's coming will help you navigate it with awareness instead of reacting from unconsciousness. The supermoon energy will peak in the hours surrounding the exact full moon moment, but you'll feel it building throughout the entire day and extending into December 5th. Here's what you need to watch for and how to handle it. You're going to feel emotionally raw. Everything is going to feel more intense. Conversations that would normally be manageable will feel overwhelming. Situations that would normally be minor irritations will feel like major problems. Your emotional reactions will be exaggerated. This isn't you being dramatic. This is the supermoon doing what it does, amplifying emotions. The key is to not make any decisions based on these amplified emotions. Feel them, yes. Express them if you need to. But don't act on them. Don't send that text. Don't make that call. Don't quit that job. Don't end that relationship. Just feel what you're feeling and know that it's temporary amplification, not permanent reality. You're going to receive sudden insights and realizations. Things that have been confusing will suddenly make sense. Patterns you've been blind to will become obvious. Truths about people and situations will be revealed. These insights are gifts from the supermoon. They're showing you what you need to see, what you've been avoiding seeing, what you're finally ready to see. When these realizations hit, and they will hit suddenly and clearly, write them down immediately. Don't trust that you'll remember them later. The logical mind has a way of dismissing spiritual insights once the emotional intensity fades. Capture the realizations while they're fresh, so you can integrate them properly once the supermoon energy passes. You're going to be tempted to reach out to people you shouldn't reach out to. The Gemini influence of this supermoon governs communication, and under its amplified energy, you're going to feel strong urges to send messages, make calls, reach out to people you've been avoiding, or people who've been avoiding you. Resist this urge. The amplified emotional state you're in is not the right state for important communications. You're likely to say things you'll regret, reveal things you're not ready to reveal, or reopen doors that needed to stay closed. If you absolutely must communicate with someone during the supermoon, write the message but don't send it. Save it in your drafts. Wait 3 days, then reread it with fresh eyes, and decide if it still needs to be sent. You're going to have very vivid dreams on the night of December 4th into December 5th. These won't be random dreams. They'll be deeply symbolic messages from your subconscious and from the spiritual realm. The veil is thinner during supermoons, and your dream state becomes a direct communication channel with higher consciousness. Pay close attention to the themes, the symbols, the emotions in these dreams. They're showing you what's trying to emerge, what's ready to be healed, what's attempting to be integrated. Keep your journal next to your bed and write down everything you remember the moment you wake up. These dreams contain guidance that will be relevant for weeks or even months to come. You're going to be tempted to reach out to people you shouldn't. The Gemini influence governs communication, and under this supermoon's amplified energy, you're going to feel strong urges to send messages or make calls. Resist this. You're likely to say things you'll regret or reopen doors that needed to stay closed. If you must communicate, write the message but don't send it. Wait 3 days, then decide with fresh eyes. You're going to have very vivid dreams on the night of December 4th into 5th. These are symbolic messages from your subconscious and the spiritual realm. Pay attention to the themes, symbols, and emotions. Keep your journal by your bed and write everything down the moment you wake up. You're going to feel physically exhausted. This is normal. Your body is working overtime to integrate the heightened frequencies. Honor this exhaustion. Rest when you need to. December 4th is not a day for achievement. It's a day for integration. The days after the supermoon are where most people waste the entire experience. They survive the intensity, but go right back to old patterns without integrating what was revealed. In the 3 days following December 4th, review everything you observed. What emotions dominated? What patterns became obvious? The supermoon gave you clarity. Now you need the courage to act on it. This is your moment. December 3rd is preparation. December 4th is amplification. The days following are integration. The universe is about to turn up the volume on your life. Make sure you're broadcasting a frequency you actually want amplified.